There are 6 changes in the starting lineups compared with the match at St James's Park, and 5 of them are in the Arsenal team, with Tony Adams, Ashley Cole and Oleg Luzhny returning to their back four, Robert Pires in midfield and Dennis Bergkamp up front. For Adams, it's his first appearance since round 5 and only his second since September. After much injury and then illness, Newcastle welcome back Kieran Dyer to further their ambitions and his own. He had 25 minutes as a substitute last weekend and then 5 minutes less playing for the reserves in midweek. He replaces the injured Jamie McLean. There's the man himself. How many matches does he watch in a season? Change of referee from the first match. Uriah Rennie in charge instead of Mark Halsey. 2 players missing, of course, for Arsenal, Thierry Henry, and for Newcastle United, Craig Bellamy. And Newcastle have certainly missed Bellamy during his absence. First header and then tumble for Tony Adams. One of the Arsenal fanzines, Highbury, today has a front cover and indeed a back cover, all involving Spurs, suggesting their season may have ended again before spring. But the supporters at Highbury will be wondering the effect upon their team of what happened on Wednesday night when Arsenal went out of Europe. The lineup suggests that suddenly the FA Cup has a slightly greater importance than it appeared to have with the starting lineup at St James's Park. Here with the chances, Robert Pires! Well, he was wide open and finished by placing the ball precisely into the corner for his 13th goal of the season.
Well, Dennis Bergkamp does superbly. Aaron Hughes is tucked in so far, almost as a central defender. Look, Bergkamp gets the wrong side and Aaron Hughes comes into the picture. Far too much space for somebody like Pires. He hasn't actually got to do anything than go for the far corner. He does it superbly. He tried to do that in midweek and missed the target. That was absolutely perfect. Shay given no chance.
So as at St James's Park, although somewhat earlier, it's Arsenal who score first. He's had a fantastic season, Robert Pires. One of the contenders, indeed, for Player of the Year. Caught. Shearer. Adams just there, the quicker. Ball wouldn't sit for the man trying to strike it. Bergkamp. Oh, and he's denied by the crossbar. Will Tort, Edu. It's a one-team match at the moment. Newcastle still haven't cleared their heads. Acuna. Cover by Luzhny.
Well, Dennis Bergkamp's getting far too much space. I mean, it turned magnificently there, and you can't let him turn and just clip the ball. Shay Given totally stranded, back off the crossbar. 2-0 at that stage, and I don't think there might have been any coming back.
It's a foul by Campbell.
Unnecessary the challenge, didn't have to climb over Alan Shearer. Good position now because they're very good. Solana and Rivera. I would suspect Solana with his right foot curling it in towards goal, but they are good at these.
It's curling a lot, but comfortably in the arms of Richard Wright, who gets the nod with David Seaman picking up a slight knock on Wednesday. but not sufficiently serious, one understands. Perez, Bergkamp is in the middle, it's two. Just too easy. So much freedom for Arsenal, and they're in total control.
Look at Perez running from deep, never offside at all. They're holding the line. Look where he runs from. He's comfortably onside. Then it's Bergkamp then. Acres of space. Is he going to knock it early? Yes. Thank you very much. 2-0.
And for the first goal, Trevor, there were so many defenders in the middle and nobody wide. Then there were so many defenders wide and nobody in the middle.
Well, it's schoolboy defending at the moment. It's absolutely shocking. There's acres of space. They're not holding the line. So disjointed at present.
Kieran Dyer. Hughes. Edu with Dyer. A little over-eager, Ashley Cole, unnecessarily so. His opponent was absolutely on the touchline. There was nobody close to pass the ball to. 5 forward for Newcastle. Court didn't get there. Distin crossed the face, nobody with the finishing touch. This is Solano. Must be, no it's not. Off the head of O'Brien.
I cannot believe Newcastle did not score there. That is absolutely amazing. First cross, Distin does really well. Somebody has to get in the 6-yard box. How nobody's there is one crime, and then the second one is almost a free header and just didn't head it down. That is some escape for Arsenal.
Robert runs through to Shearer. Oh, he's unlucky. Because Wright had wandered forward a bit and might have struggled if that had been on target. Good adjustment of position by Adams. Challenged by Dabizas. Perez. Wiltord. Cover by Dabizas at the expense of the corner. It's Perez who's down.
Yeah, it was a bit unlucky there. He might have landed awkwardly. As the ball goes out, look, he jumps to try and escape it, and I think as he lands, yeah, he comes down nastily, just first of all on the foot of Dabizas, and then perhaps just jars his knee as he lands there.
Wiltord with the corner. It's a good clearing punch. A bit lucky there was no free kick given then against Dyer. Nice touch, Adams. Perez still getting attention.
And I think he's going to come off. I've just seen the signal suggest get a sub warmed up. And that's going to be a major blow, for today. If they're 2-0 up, they might not need it, but a major blow on the run-in.
Ljungberg. O'Brien just checking on Bergkamp and then allowing him to take the ball, and the referee looks and moves away. Bergkamp can't quite believe it. It was a very untidy challenge after a poor piece of play by O'Brien. That is a sad sight for Arsenal and for football generally, because he's been so effective, so entertaining. Had 1/3 of the match. Arsenal leading 2-0. They could have scored a third through Bergkamp hitting the crossbar, but it might be argued that Newcastle could also have had 3. 2 coming in quick succession with the ball bypassing the 6-yard box and not finding a finisher, and Shearer wide with an attempt to match the effort of Bergkamp, or even beat it. Robert to come from the right with his left, and he hits it with his left, and it was seen a bit late by Wright, who was able to recover.
Well, Richard Wright was quite fortunate that Kuna didn't follow up. He just waited a little bit. He went wider rather than back out, but perhaps he saw it late through the ruck of players, but he did give a little glimmer for the Newcastle team, but he did get it in the second attempt.
Ljungberg, robbed by Acuna. Robert. He strolls away from Grimondi, saw the danger a bit late. This is caught. Shearer's far post. But Court didn't look up, and Shearer will be livid.
Well, that's a shocker. I mean, certainly Robert does very well, spreads it wide. Shearer's at the back post, near post goes in Robert, and well, it's to no one at all. I don't think it was a shot, believe it or not. I think it was a cross. It was that bad. Well, Bobby Robson, what am I going to say at half-time? 2 dreadful goals conceded in the opening quarter of an hour. They've been chasing the game since then. They've had their chances, they've had more possession. They just lack that little bit of cutting edge at the moment that Bellamy often provides.
And this is Ljungberg, and that's a fine stop by Gibbon. Well forward of his goal, roughly around the penalty spot, but advanced and turned away. Clearance by Shearer. Bergkamp. Vieira made the run. I think he made it too soon, but the flag stayed down. Solano. And the Arsenal team come off to considerable applause. Bergkamp at the heart of their wonderful opening, with Perez scoring after 2 minutes, Bergkamp himself after 10, having hit the crossbar in between. Half-time, Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. There's a man who, in the past, wore the colours of both these sides, Michael McDonald. Where we go on the second half. No changes and no news yet about Robert Pires, except that he did manage to take the last few steps to the dressing room on his own. But the problem seems to be a knee injury. This is Solano for Newcastle, who need in the second half what Arsenal had in the first, but it's doubtful if the Arsenal back four will be quite as generous. Shearer starts on the left wing. Did he find the magic words? Has in the past. They haven't always come out in the order they intended, but it's been effective. Solid run by Luzhny. Look for the foul. Isn't going to get it. Or is he? Yes, he is. Interesting that the assistant referee on the far side did not raise his flag here. But the referee's given the free kick. Bergkamp looking to be the provider. Tony Adams up in the box and didn't make it. But it came, in fact, of Sol Campbell. Adams went for it, Campbell was behind.
Well, 2 central defenders came up, missed the first one, second one just got in front of Dabisas, and You know, it's a pretty basic, straightforward set piece.
Bergkamp having a field day. I'm not quite sure what Distan was trying to do. Edu. Bergkamp. Oh! That would have been absolutely brilliant. Denied by the crossbar in the first half and high on the post in the second.
You've got to ask the question, are they allowed to tackle Dennis Bergkamp? They know you've got to get him away from giving him a chance on his right foot to have a shot or a chip on goal, but nobody's making a challenge, and well, it would have been a wonderful goal. Again, great balance, but right along the line, there's 3 or 4 there. Nobody's made the tackle, and Gibbons beaten, and we've got a big ooh from the crowd as they've seen the replay here at Highbury.
Climb by Campbell. Tiring the neck muscles. Free kick. Challenge on Lundberg. And here's Bergkamp again. Oh!
But Newcastle defence just go to sleep. I mean, you know, they conceded the free kick. Bergkamp looks for the quick. This is the free kick. Okay, they get the one. Look at Edu. He saunters in. Watch Bergkamp now. He goes. Thank you very much. Distan, the left back, plays him onside. Should have hit it then, I think. Didn't need the extra touch, and toe ended it past the goal, but it should have been 4.
Solano. Another rare excursion. Pulled back by Dyer on Edu. Referee tries to play the advantage and does so well. Still Edu. Still. And this is Bergkamp.
Edu deserved that one to go in the back of the net just for his run, didn't he? Great bit of skill. Certainly all the showmanship coming from Arsenal. Here he goes on his mazy. Is there anyone up with me? No, better hold on to it myself. Come inside, and even in the end using his right foot.
Certainly is party time from the Arsenal players. Side currently, of course, in second place in the Premiership, but with a game in hand and just a point behind Manchester United. But the fact that they're now going to be in the semi-final will mean a postponement of the match between the two at Old Trafford, which was scheduled for the semi-final weekend. Slight hesitancy, but a good save by Wright. Having not come for the ball, he parried it well.
Well, that's a good header. That's where Carl Cork comes into his own. He's very tall, doesn't need to jump that much. Good header, good save, nice height for Wright.
Robert. David Seaman among the watchers. Lovely little head by Bergkamp. Oh, still got the touch. Edu! Had a crack with his right.
Great awareness again by Dennis Bergkamp. First cross was blocked, and he just knew exactly where Edu was, right into his path. Certainly a little addition of the touches that Bergkamp's had in this particular game, I think would be worth a rerun.
Gibbon did well. Adams rescuing the situation. To say it's been a big plus for Arsenal, the return of Adams in this sort of form. Offside. Offside is not going to count. Can't caught with a header. Wendy Toms. There. Doesn't get back.
No, once you made your first run, you've got to check out as a striker. Ashley Cole, the left back, was still a couple of yards in front of him. Not too much of a difficult decision, that one.
Luzhny. Bimondi. Haymond to tighten it up. Might finish by creating a goal here. Shot straight at Given when there were two options and there's no shot of any quality.
I must say it was a bit of a defensive player bearing down on goal, wasn't it? He wasn't looking too sharp. I wasn't sure why Freddie Lundberg went chasing in there. I think if he'd have stood square, it'd have given him an obvious option rather than have to shoot himself. Arsene Wenger must be delighted. The treble might be over, but the double's still very much on.
Oh, what a lovely little flick. But Hughes in the way to deny Lundberg. Loa Loa. Still Loa Loa. A spring day out in the sunshine for Arsene Wenger's team. Nothing but a cloudy day for Bobby Robson. Dennis Bergkamp, man of the match, with some marvellous skills. Newcastle gave him the room, paid the penalty, made two of the goals. The first for Pires, the third for Campbell. In between scored himself. The return of Adams, also a highlight of the afternoon. Comprehensive victory for Arsenal by 3-0. Dennis Bergkamp. Do I need to ask a question and just make the statement?
Well, he was close to perfection today, and he deserved another goal. I think everything he did today was magnificent to watch, because it was not only technically executed in a perfect way, but it was linked with intelligence and efficiency. All he did was to be successful and not to show how good a player he is. And of course, you admire that, because it becomes an art, the way he played today.
Of course, the genius was Bergkamp. We didn't have a genius like him. I thought he was absolutely outstanding, couldn't control him. He mastered the game, made them tick. And on the day, they were just, better than we were.
Feel good. Normally, during the season, you have some small injuries, and then you're out for a few games. You come back and you need to find your form again. But this season, it's going very well. I feel great. Physically, I'm okay. I get a chance in the team, and yeah, if you get a run, you can get back into form, and yeah, then it results in these sort of games.
What's the news of Javier Pires?
I don't know really well, because he's swollen, his knee is swollen, but we don't know for how long he will be out. There's no major damage there that you would scared to have a major surgery, for example. No, but he could be out for a while, and we don't know for how long at the moment. We need at least 24 hours to know better.
The start for you was absolutely horrendous.
Well, I just said to the players, some of our fans got up at 4 o'clock this morning to see this match. We got up at 12:15, 15 minutes after the game started. Not that we haven't talked about it, because we did say about a very good beginning being very important. The last twice when they played us, just recently, they've scored in the 11th minute and the 12th minute, very early in the game, and we had to start, on the back foot. And we made sure and talked today that we mustn't get off to that start, otherwise we'd be chasing, shadows all afternoon.
The double is still very much there.
Yes, of course. We are end of March, and we believe we can win the championship, and we believe we can win the FA Cup. So, of course, it's just down to us, to how well we respond and how well we play. And the game we play today makes me very optimistic.
Well, it wasn't the most competitive game in the world, I suppose, but it was thoroughly enjoyable.
Well, I really
terrific football.
And Bergkamp was absolutely awesome. And the thing was, Newcastle go away from home. They have 4 realistic chances to score. Unfortunately for them, Arsenal had about 40. It was a really, really open game. There's 2 ends to the confidence scale. One, you go on the pitch, you think you're invincible. Another end is basically you don't know where your next result is going to come from. And I thought Newcastle just don't know where the next result is going to come from. They were tentative, they were disorganised, never really got to the pace of the game. Whereas in the first game at St James's Park, they were in quick, they never let Arsenal have any time to settle into the passing game. But the first 12 minutes, what can you say?
I mean, it's always an uphill struggle from there, isn't it?
Well, you know, if it's in the last minute and you get left 4 against 3, you can understand it. You're pushing on, you're trying to get back in the game. But in the first minute, it was absolutely incredible. It was schoolboy defending. You've got Tony Adams here, he picks it up, edges 18-yard box, plays it long, great pass to Luzny. There's no danger here whatsoever. But Newcastle is so disorganised that when it's played in there, there's 4 against 3. And what they do well, they play it into Bergkamp's feet, Vieira, right? He gets a little break there, but he uses the extra man. Perez comes in, man in form. Great finish, but it's far, far too easy in the first minute. The second one was probably even worse. Perez picks up here, and it's like a schoolboy game where everybody chases the ball. What you've got now is you've got 7 Newcastle players in that little area. And watch Perez. He just floats past everybody. When he starts to move, look at this.
There's only 5 of them.
On you go. Past 5, and then Bergkamp in the middle. Acres of space, it's in the back of the net. And Lauren is running after him there, right? Lauren Robert's running after him. Where is the left back? There he is, in the picture there. And the arm goes up. Help, help. Pick him up, somebody pick him up. Incredible. And of course, there's no way back in them. You know, 2 goals the first 12 minutes. And it was always an uphill fight.
Well, I thought they were quite good goals as well. But
you would do.
Well, predictably, you've picked holes in Newcastle's defence, but even you must have marvelled at the display of Bergkamp. I mean, he was terrific.
Well, the hallmark of any great player is time and space, and he's got an abundance. This is early on in the match again. Picks up here, time, space, turns. He's got the vision, he's got the awareness. And that is so unlucky. That's absolutely fantastic play. Again, picks up here, lots of time and space. You say, please, please tackle him. Somebody get their foot in. There's 5 run about him. He gets out of that position, then he picks up again. Are they going to tackle him? No. Takes in his right foot, and that is absolutely brilliant again. So, so unlucky.
Just got to hit the target, though.
Well, he's got to. What about this pass? Absolute perfection to Wiltord on the far side. He just picks him up at will. And then finally, he shows he's half decent there. He flicks it on. See how quick he is to get round, to get the next one. No left foot, you see. It's always somebody got a weakness. And then when it comes back to him, absolutely fantastic touch to Edu. And basically you could watch that all day. Fantastic talent.
Quick line on Newcastle, because their season's sort of petering out. I mean, they might even struggle to get the Champions League. It looked so good a couple of weeks ago.
It looked absolutely certain that they were going to qualify for the Champions League. Now, I mean, I think that's 5 out of win. On Friday they play Everton at home, and on Monday they've got Villa away, right? You've got to get 4 points minimum if you're going to qualify for the Champions League.
Arsenal on to the semi-finals. They'll face Middlesbrough. Chelsea, Fulham in the other one. Could be an all-London final. Or well, Middlesbrough in form, though.
Yeah, we'll take a bit of chance and go for Arsenal against Chelsea in the final. I think that for the lesser sides, you've got to get in quick against, you know, the good passing teams. But, you know, the smart money would definitely say that Arsenal and Chelsea in the final.
Arsenal now well placed in the league, of course.
Well, what a chance to win the double. I mean, you look at this. They can now afford to go to Old Trafford and get beaten. And if they still win the remaining games, they can win the title. It's in their own hands. What a fantastic chance for them to go and win the double.
Certainly looks good for them.